Much like Daniel open mouth kissed that horse once, Pearl runs over there and open mouth kisses Charlie the cow in excitement for the
No,
dance.
she does
Just
not.
on Charlie's nose.
She boops his nose.
No, I seen tongue. Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrorble Opinions Podcast. And as always, it's me again, playing the part of me again, Kenny.
I'm your bird in a cage, Daniel.
Ooh, that's good. I'm hot for scarecrow dancing, Ryan.
And today we're diving into 2022's Pearl, the surprise.
I wasn't surprised.
It's prequel to X. I was surprised whenever I watched X in theaters and I stayed through the credits and a trailer for Pearl came up and I'm like, oh, that's neat. They made a fake trailer. And then it, was real. I was like, oh shit.
Right, but it's not a surprise anymore. That was like a year ago.
It was a surprise. I'm just telling you, I was surprised.
But like it happened in the past, so how could it be a surprise? Then again, it's
The
like
past is
Pearl
always a
Harbor was a
surprise.
surprise, right? So you know what? I'm just flat out wrong.
Yeah, you're just wrong.
That's
And
right.
Just
Look,
like another
look at
surprise,
this guy.
we're
He couldn't
gonna.
predict Pearl Harbor. He couldn't predict a prequel. Why do we have him around?
That's true. Nostradamus, I am
Ooh,
not. But I am.
Nostradamus because of my big nose.
Oh, and I had my nostril fixed. And Ryan often likes nose play in the bedroom.
Fuck me, Howard.
Pearl time. Who loves a good classic musical opening?
Very swelling, swelling orchestra.
Ooh, so
oh yeah,
uplifting.
you can hear the swelling organs throughout this movie. I think.
What?
Is that a porn joke?
It was a penis joke.
Oh, okay.
There's no penis in this movie.
There should have been.
I agree.
Should have been a
I will.
scarecrow penis.
I will say that
The
about every
Italians are
movie
just
we
not
watch.
up to snuff with their stag films at this time.
They are
period.
not.
That was a French.
Was it the French?
That was a French movie, wasn't it? Am I wrong?
You could be. It might be Italian. It might be French. Same. I was gonna be curious as to which of these two movies you guys preferred. Upon rewatching it, I'm gonna say one of you preferred this to X.
That's a bold statement, but you don't know which. Okay, no, make a guess.
I don't know
well,
which.
Hold on. Yeah, which one of us thinks this one is better than X?
Daniel does.
Daniel?
Nope.
Shit, Ryan does.
Yes.
Ah! That was my initial gut reaction, but then I'm like, no, that's too easy. So then I flipped it.
Don't get me wrong. It's like comparing two delicious strawberries, you know?
No, it's great. Do you think?
I often compare strawberries.
I mean, sometimes I just eat strawberries and giggle, but
Ryan doesn't
would you
understand
have
that.
liked Pearl as much without X?
No. You made the right decision to have us go in order of film release and not movie chronology.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah.
This movie's great.
Perfect. It works. It's the perfect sequel, prequel type thing.
The opening, I had a couple thoughts. One, this movie is The Wizard of Oz if Dorothy fed Toto to one of the monkeys, slept with the leader of the Lollipop Guild, and chopped up Glinda.
I did specifically
Did that
say
not happen?
keep that scarecrow away from Dorothy.
Oh yeah,
Because that scarecrow likes to fuck.
We've got literal scarecrows.
That scarecrow did
Mom
not
is
like to
kinda
fuck.
like-
That scarecrow got raped.
Just its face. I got some smooching.
It got dry humped the fuck out of it.
And it's not okay.
Oh, that's true. Well, look, I mean, I know it had like a frown on its face, but that's just because someone carved it. Otherwise, it'd be grinning.
She's married.
She is married.
I'm married. One of my favorite GTA RP characters, whenever someone hits on her, she always screams at him, I'm married! And that just reminded me of that.
This is also a good Talk Over Ryan episode. I'm loving it so far.
He sucks.
I have so many things I want to talk about. I'm just
I'll
too
go
excited.
for it. I don't have anything to say. So
Let him
actually,
cook.
I don't know if you guys know that, but this movie had a couple different working titles as they were filming it.
Are you a
God.
liar?
Hit me.
The first one they were going with was Dances with Straw.
Uh-huh.
The next one, but that didn't last too long, so they went with Wizard of Oz 2 Pearl Snaps.
Uh-huh.
Classic. Everyone likes that. Beauty and the Flaming Bratwurst.
Okay.
I tried to think of something for Big Fish, but I couldn't get there. So I just said this is the last episode of So You Think You Can Dance Barnyard Edition. That's it.
Are you pleased? Are you pleased with yourself?
I'm quite happy with
yourself?
myself. I'm quite happy with
myself. This is also the pilot episode to that new farmer dating reality show, except they flipped it. So in the show, it's a bunch of farm dudes picking up city girls. Now it's going to be one farm girl picking up city boys, and it ends how you'd expect.
They're chopped up and fed to a alligator crocodile in the pond.
Yeah, that's how that love always goes. Because look, farm women, they're like spiders that, when they get it, they kill the male for sustenance for their children.
That's a mantis that does that.
There's some spiders that do that too. Also, look, I still don't know about wallpaper, guys. I don't think it's good. I challenge someone to send me links to good, cool-ass wallpaper. Yeah, it's shit. It's always shit. I know you said you had cool wallpaper that one time. It sounded kind of cool, but I bet it was still shit.
Talking about your starry sky wallpaper in an hour room.
I don't know where he put it, but yeah. And look, do you guys hate it when your kids wear your clothes? Pisses me off.
No, I think it's adorable. I take photos of them when they do it.
Well, they shouldn't be wearing S&M gear.
I'm special.
Daniel, what's the synopsis of this movie?
Oh, God.
No, God has nothing to do with this movie.
No, it does.
Oh, really?
Oh, nothing to do with this. Well, she prays at one point.
Yeah, but
that
because
happens.
Her prayers are not answered.
I'm sorry, are you saying there is no God?
In the canon of this movie, otherwise, why didn't she get what she was wanting?
Well, because God only helps good people.
God didn't like her.
She's a bad person. She even says it.
Is she?
Yeah.
Am I a good friend? Am I?
So we get to see younger Pearl. I don't know. Yeah.
Look, I got you. I got you, fam. Pearl, younger Pearl, because this is the same character that was the old creepy-ass lady from X, who was also played by Mia Goth in X. This is her time on that same farm where she wants to live her dancer dreams. And she has, a stern mother trying to tamp down those dreams. There's a poison flu out there tamping down the world.
A poison flu?
A poison flu?
Yeah.
I believe it's a Spanish flu, but yes. It's poison. Good enough. Same.
Time is a flat circle.
Inquisition. Time travelers go back in time, make them wear masks to oppress them. And her dreams maybe don't come true, and maybe she's always been a little crazy. Maybe Harold is a real one. Howard is a real one for keeping her on the farm.
Okay, I want to hear Ryan's synopsis because I wasn't a fan of yours.
But I mean, Pearl is a
vampire.
Pearl is a vampire. Set to dry. Is Smashing Pumpkins still around?
Yeah, well, maybe. The Cure is.
Pearl is a movie. It's a character study. It's a character study of this broken girl who learns. She has, I'll call it Disney princess syndrome. Like Ariel, like Belle, like Moana.
She talks like Snow White.
Yeah, she thinks she's too good for this environment. She wants to be where the people are, wants to see them dancing, right? She wants more than this provincial life. However, she's also broken on the inside, and that causes problems once the only people managing her are taken out of the picture.
I mean, she does have an animal that she talks to. It's not Mr. Goose.
Well, she talked to Mr. Goose, but
the name of the farm is Powder Keg Farms.
Yeah, it is. You like that, Daniel?
That is so on the nose.
So on the nose. That's so on the nose. It came back around. We got noses on noses.
It's beautiful. Look, we get into it. She's wearing her mom's fancy dress because I guess at one point her mom had hopes and dreams, so those died. Probably before her husband got the Spanish flu because he'd never expected the Spanish Inquisition.
I don't think her mom did have hopes and dreams.
Probably to come to
I think
America.
Her mom just wanted to have a husband and not have to be the mother to the guy, right? Taking care of him.
Well, yeah, but that's a hope and dream right there. Because, I mean, obviously you're going to have to take care of the guy. You married him. That's the deal.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's a hungry alligator in that pond. I'm just saying.
Oh, hungry alligator. So she puts on her mom's clothes. Her mom's like, fuck that. Don't put on my clothes. Go feed the animals like you said you were gonna. So then she switches into her clothes, which is I want to say exact same outfit that Maxine wore to be the farmer's daughter in the
Darter.
The only difference is she's wearing a shirt beneath it. We're in X.
Yeah. So you don't get side boob. Yeah.
Get a cow again. So do a shot. Do a shot every time you see a cow. Cow's name's Charlie.
Hey,
That's
Charlie.
important.
Is it?
No.
Mama feels real stupid about a lot of things. I do too. I'm telling you guys that right now because she's telling Charlie like Mama feels stupid about stuff I do.
I feel kind of stupid because I don't understand why her chores are to give more hay to the animals that already have hay.
That's old hay. You want fresh hay. When Daniel goes to sleep at night with a bread, he doesn't wake up and eat that same bread. He's going to get fresh bread. That was his night bread. He needs new day bread.
Just the sin. We come to our correspondent Daniel. Daniel, do you eat the old stale bread or do you have to go to the kitchen and get new bread?
Well, no. You gotta get new bread. Stale bread will be used for scratching my nether regions with so I don't get my hands dirty.
You've heard it here, Forks.
Smart.
Forks.
Forks.
You've heard. I'll do it again. You've heard it here, Forks.
This is a
bread is
podcast
only for scratching your
only
body.
listened to by the haunted silverware in Beauty and the Beast.
I got.
Oh, God,
yeah.
they are haunted. They've seen some shit. Fun fact, that's how Daniel makes sourdough.
Huh? Sourdough?
You're not wrong.
That's how you make sourdough.
What?
Scratching your genitalia with old bread. Look, I made another comment about Danime in this situation. So she's talking to her animals, moving around, and she's like accepting all their praise and stuff like that. And I figured Daniel did that alone in the bakery in the morning with all the bread. Like, oh my gosh, you rose for me? Oh, such good bread.
Oh,
As
so
I am
bouncy.
fantastic. And then also, Daniel would never trust Mr. Goose.
I mean, have you ever played Goose the game?
Yeah, it's terrifying. I
Yeah.
did not have a problem with her doing this. He had it coming.
I have
He's not where he's supposed to be.
Let's get into this. Why does this movie not show us her taking the pitchfork to the goose, but the movie does show us her enacting violence on humans?
I was just going to say because people can deal more with actual human violence than they can animal violence.
Because the violence on the goose is a normal thing to her that she does all the time, whereas with violence on people is an escalation and is new behavior.
Plus, they couldn't animate how hard the goose fought back, like it did a backflip.
Yeah.
There was a long fight.
It was Yoda and
There's a whole
episode
fight
2.
scene, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Ran up the fucking handle. Yeah, he lost.
Quack. Yeah.
I like the fact that even in this prequel here, we get the fact that Pearl is already a little messed up.
She's already a little serial killer in training.
Yeah, she's a little what's the dickhead kid's name in
Michael
series?
Myers.
Patrick something, I don't remember. Who's like locking animals like in the fridge and shit like that. I forget his last name. I think it's like Patrick something. Anyway.
What?
Yeah. What, you don't remember that character?
No.
There's an even more demented character, a kid in the It book. I think it's Hot
Oh, that
who-
one. Okay.
They kind
I
of
forget
cut him
his
down in the movies, but yeah, he gives like an awkward hand job to the bully. He locks animals in refrigerators.
Right. And we should say in the novel he does these things. In the remake of it, I believe he's just no. He's not in it, is he?
No, he's in the remake. He's not in the TV series. At least not mentioned by name, I don't think.
Well, we can watch
But,
it and
yeah.
figure it out.
We could
Do we
at
have
some
to?
point. It's a good time.
Okay, so for origin movies that go I hated
X-Men Origins, I hear you.
Rob Zombie's Halloween because of how it handled Michael Myers' origin story. Hated it. I
think that's
did not mind Pearl's origin story. Why is this?
I think it's different because Michael at that point already had a full legacy, and now you're trying to explain it after decades of movies. Like, okay, this is what actually led him to be like that when we've already developed this mystique, and it was kind of important to not really know.
Well, it's kind of like we don't know why Pearl is like this. She is like this. They show you Michael's fucked up house. We don't really get to see, like, too much of Pearl's fucked up household.
Look, this olden times, everything's fucked up.
Yeah.
I think it's just, yeah, like I said, we've had that character for so long. Then he tries to do that, but, well, this is why I think he's exactly like this. Versus Pearl, we just get, I don't know, it's kind of a Dahmer situation. Yeah, you're already a little messed up. Maybe you didn't have to go full snap.
Also, Michael's household was legit awful. This is just a farm.
Clean it up.
So Kenny, she is sent to go get some medicine for good old daddy. And when she's there in town, she takes a big old swig from the morphine. And I'm like, ooh, it's Mighty Morphine Ranger time. And it made me think of you, as this is the proper way to watch a movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to be able to just go buy morphine. And
I mean, in our case, you were what, NyQuil or decongestant or whatever you watched when we went and saw Paranormal Activity?
Yeah, I remember when I, was all drugged up watching Paranormal
Ryan
Activity.
doesn't know why we're laughing.
Time. And look, she's taking care of everyone here too, because I mean, she had to feed the gator, the goose, and now she's got to go to town to get the medicine for Dad. And you're right, Ryan. She's a real good caretaker. That's exactly what you said.
You're a robot, Ryan. We can't understand a single fucking word.
Yeah, you take a time out. Daniel, when the mom asks her to feed her father, did you think she was just gonna spit the corn into his mouth? Because I did. I forgot silverware existed.
Well, I believe it was a new invention at this point, so
yeah,
I'm surprised they had it out on the farm.
It might have actually been silver. I don't know, but then she put the spoon in his mouth. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm an idiot. And then, like I think Ryan was trying to point out.
I think he's probably better now.
Are you feeling much better now?
He left, but he looked better.
Oh yeah, he also skipped weird bath time with Daddy.
Yeah, bath time with Daddy was, I don't know if it's weird.
Well, okay, it gets weirder once you find out that
Daddy is not quite as, I guess, comatose as he seems. He just can't
Daddy's in
do
there.
anything. Daddy's in there, yeah.
I think the olden times, so they're probably more comfortable with that portion. The part that really got me was she just hopped in Daddy's dirty bathwater. We find out that's his used bathwater.
Well, I think that was like she was sponging him.
You think like she sat in there and sponged him in the chair and got him back dressed?
Yeah.
I think you could do that with a bucket.
Well, yeah, but she wanted to, I don't know. Maybe they were buckets invented yet? I don't know.
Buckets, you're right. Buckets weren't invented yet. I'm just saying, if that's his used bathwater, that's gross.
We making a stew.
We making a bad stew.
When the gator, when it was revealed that she's feeding the gator, I'm like, oh, we got us a Lake Placid.
Right? Do you think that's the same gator? Or we got one of the babies?
Yeah. Well, gators live a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking maybe they were setting us up for it not being the same gator because she took the egg, but then she smushed it.
Yeah,
so I think it's the same gator because can that ecosystem support that many little baby gators running around?
Well, if she keeps throwing humans in it, at that point in time, probably not. But I think when she gets to I'm just killing people and we're throwing it in the water.
I don't think she's killing people that often.
Well, I think she'd like to.
It's like an anniversary thing.
Aw.
Yeah.
So romantic.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what you're missing about that gator egg scene. Are you ready?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
In her monologue, she says how she, at one time, was pregnant and lost the baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Her crushing the egg is making the alligator also lose the baby.
Yeah, but...
Also, there's only one crocodile. They don't reproduce asexually. You need at least two.
Right, but there were eggs.
There were eggs.
Unfertilized eggs.
There was blood when she cracked it.
There was also, if you blinked it and you might have missed it, but there was a shot of Howard exploding.
I didn't miss it. I loved it.
Yeah.
So if it's unfertilized, would there be blood?
Sure. I don't know. Why not?
I'm not an expert.
I'm not an egologist.
You know, Daniel, you had some sweet croc facts for us back on that croc episode. I feel like this is your department.
Yeah, well, you should have told us about the eggs.
This is an alligator.
Oh shit! Do we know that?
I actually don't know that. Is it a crocodile or an alligator?
I don't know. You got to look at the nose.
It's pretty big. I think that's a crocodile.
What, the nose?
Do they have crocodiles in Texas?
Alligators are big enough to do some damage.
I would think they have alligators, but do they have crocodiles?
I don't know. We're gonna look stupid again. This is Reagan administration all over again.
Who?
Kenny, when she goes to town, We're gonna try this again.
Which
all right?
which time? Because he goes to town a lot.
So mommy tells her to go get daddy's medicine. So she gets on her Wizard of Oz bike and she goes to town. Also, this movie is very saturated with color.
Yeah, the color. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Beautiful Technicolor, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just visually gorgeous. And she gets to town and she gets some nice old morphine, as you do. And then she uses the extra money to go see a movie and she takes a couple swigs of it.
Uh-huh.
And that made me think of you when we went and saw Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, that was still the best way to experience that movie was
on morphine?
NyQuil dying. I couldn't get a hold of the good stuff, so I just had to pop some NyQuil.
Back in the day,
then we're like,
this is what people mean when they say make America great again. When you can just walk to a pharmacy and get morphine.
Oh, that is great. Or you go to like what you think is the last screening of a movie in theaters at like 11 p.m. because we're like, well, we gotta see this. Everyone's talking about it, but I feel like shit. And then everything's like moving really fast, but then that movie slows things down. And then you're like trying to see everything that moves, but you're also trying to stay awake because you took the NyQuil and you still feel like shit. And as a result, that movie is an all-time banger for me that was an experience. Now I take NyQuil before I watch it every time, so I don't ruin the experience. And maybe some ketamine. So I get it. We're all a little bit like Pearl sometimes.
We all go a little Pearl sometimes. This is true.
We all go a little Pearl sometimes. Yes. Except for the nasty dad water. I don't.
She goes to the back alley and has a smoke with the projectionist, right?
Fenders and a cigarette.
Our
Marry
bohemian
me, dude.
mustache.
He's cool, but then he clips off a piece of the film for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The scissors he uses are huge.
Yeah, they don't make tiny scissors.
Did they not make tiny? Do we not have the technology to make tiny scissors yet?
Nope.
Because I think you would want little scissors for that task.
Plus, he's also got his sleeves rolled up, Daniel. He wants the veins to pop out using those big shears when he's cutting it. It's all about, that whole
I'm going to get
look.
like a comically oversized rolling pin at work.
I mean, I have a comically oversized... Anyway.
Mail truck?
Dreamboat, I'm just saying, what a hunk. Although it turns out young Harold's not so bad himself. He's not a hunk like this, though.
Yeah, but he is what's the word? You walk all over him,
Yeah, well, he's a real one because he's keeping us all safe from Pearl. A few sacrifices here and there.
No, a real one would have come back from a war and been like, you know what? I just came back from the horrors of war, but this is even more terrifying. I'm going to do my duty and put you down.
I mean, he laid it down all right, I'm sure.
God.
I don't think he did.
Oh, sorry. No, you were saying Harold. I was thinking about the Scarecrow.
Oh, I mean,
because she
said
loses.
Harold.
Yeah, I know. I switched it. She's driving. She's riding her bike home, and she's got her little movie clip in her front pocket, barely in there. This is irresponsible. It goes flying out. She loses it immediately. She goes running out in the field. First time I watched this, I assumed it was her field. But then I'm like, no, her mom really doesn't know where that hat came from, though. So I'm like, maybe it's not their field. Maybe she did a rape on someone else's scarecrow.
you violated someone else's scarecrow.
Yeah, which she gets through the corn, doesn't find her thing. There's this sweet scarecrow hanging up there. She climbs up there, gets a little intimate with it, pulls it down, does some dancing with it. Then she kisses it, and then it lays down, and then it flashes to the projectionist's face. And then she yells at it.
She's like, I'm married.
But then she's like, oh, shh.
No one has to know.
Yeah. Now, the face that they have, like the whole head thing they have on that scarecrow, creepy as fuck. Is great. Like, that's a scarecrow you could have as a killer in a movie. I'd have been okay with that.
That's a scarecrow you could mount.
Well, he's a good kisser, too.
He's a good... I sure do love kissing scarecrows.
Her kissing the scarecrow and then dry humping the shit out of it. Well, Kim was like, is she humping that scarecrow? I was like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
She sure is.
So that's interesting. She's sexually repressed maybe a little bit, too.
She a little freak.
Or frustrated.
Well, her husband's out to war.
Voluntarily, apparently.
Yeah, because he knew she a little freak and he wanted away.
Oh, you think so? I think he was just sticking it to his upper class family.
He could have stuck it to him by staying on that farm.
That's also true. Instead, he stuck it to Pearl and made her stay on the farm.
Yeah.
She steals his hat, Scarecrow's hat, goes home. We get a scrotum's axe, which, if you recall in the last episode, I told you that yes, there is an axe, but no, it's not the same.
When they show the bird in the cage, I thought at some point the bird will be free, like a metaphor for her breaking free of her parents' shackles. That didn't happen.
Yo, you're absolutely right, Daniel, because she never does.
Oh.
Just like
Yeah,
the
they're
bird,
always there.
she is still trapped on this
She's
farm.
still trapped on the farm. It's the farm trapping
Yep.
her, not the parents.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's not the parents. Yep.
And at a certain point, between this and her next bath time with Daddy, I have a note saying that she's a kid from The Innocents, because I think she starts hitting someone with a rock, or...
No, she does a pinch. She does a pinch
Oh,
on
the
Daddy.
pinch on her
Daddy's
dad. That's what
hand.
it is. That's why I'm like, yeah, she's that kid from The Innocents. So, yeah, another bath time with Daddy, which, again, is so fucking weird.
What is that?
That's where she starts poking her dad in the face after the pinch.
Oh, and then she
slowly
chokes him.
him, and you hear him like...
I think that would be a two-hand job for her, because she got little hands.
Well, if she wanted to finish...
No, she's a farmer strength, man.
Farm girl strong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, super strong.
Yeah. Now, Pearl's going to be in some big trouble here, because her mother can count. And what did Pearl do?
She didn't give her a change back.
Didn't give her goddamn change.
And I guess she's not supposed to see movies? Because later on, the mom finds
a waste of money, right?
the billing for it, right?
Yeah. So that added on to the fact that she lied and said she had candy. And then her mom's like, well, then you don't get any
Now
fucking
you don't
dinner.
fucking get food, you're going to be a fat little hussy.
And then she tries to leave, and she's like, I didn't say you could leave. You sit back down while I eat dinner. We're too broke for you to go to bed early or eat other things.
Too broke for you to go to bed early.
All right, I'm with Mommy on the, hey, we literally only have what we have. So we got to make this work, right? Therefore, you cannot be selfish and waste things. However, to do the power play move of you're not getting dinner and you have to sit here while we eat dinner, I'm seeing where Pearl's getting some of her issues.
Yeah, it's a rough life. Now, she does eventually get to go to her room, and she's like, I'm gonna be a star. And that made me think, we had the window there and stuff like that. It's like, this is where Jiminy Cricket would show up. But Jiminy was flying in, and then he seen her dry hump the shit out of the scarecrow, and he noped the fuck out of there. So that's where Jiminy left.
I'm starting winter early. I'm gonna
go hang out with a fucking puppet, because maybe Jiminy helps the scarecrow deal with its issues after that whole thing where he got
he goes back
to raped.
He goes to Pinocchio and says, have I got a girl for you?
I don't know if you guys have watched Pinocchio recently, but I have, and Jiminy Cricket's not great at his job of caretaking for that little puppet.
I mean, he's a cricket. He's got bug brain.
Doesn't give great advice either.
I mean...
What does he say? Like, you see that crazy girl with an axe? You should lay
See
down
that crazy
and let her jumpstart you.
Let her ride you, my man. Hey, why don't you lie to her a bit? Lie to her a bit, and then lie down.
You actually watched the other one where he didn't have Jiminy Cricket. He had Rodney Roach.
Rodney Roach. I don't know what that is.
It's a little roach. That he's a little greasy little guy, and has Pinocchio grow up to become like a bookie, breaking knees and slapping hoes.
You're gonna grow up to be a jackass.
I have a question that I actually don't know the answer to. Are you ready?
I bet I know the answer.
Explain to me what Ty West's fascination is with pornos.
I don't know that he has one. I think it's just the last movie. I think that's just a callback to the last movie.
I don't know. He's got a vision. Okay, you watch a Ty West movie, you'd be like, yeah, that's Ty West, but can I put a finger on exactly what it is? Like, no, it's shot well, it's done well. He likes to make you uncomfortable.
What might it be?
I think it might be pushing the envelope. Because, like, the porno film that they're shown in the movie is pushing the envelope because it's illegal to film that. And
right.
A lot of horror is pushing the envelope because you're pushing past people's boundaries of what's acceptable to show, right?
Right. But it also makes sense for this universe with Pearl's issues.
I don't think there's really any porn stuff in any of the other movies, Ty West, is there?
Not that I recall.
So I think it's just a this series.
It's a around Pearl type thing.
And it's not his obsession, it's Pearl's obsession.
These are my obsession.
After he showed that film, I thought Pearl was going to make a stag film.
I mean, she didn't seem not interested in potentially doing that, and I could have seen that happen after her audition goes poorly for dancing later. Like, that's her next step, and then maybe that's used as something to force her into a further snap. Like, he's like, well, now I have this film of you, Pearl, and that was illegal, so you're the only one on camera. Something like that. But it didn't.
No.
It's fine.
That would have set up more than one bad guy in the movie, when really we just need the one.
We're all a little bad sometimes. Look, Pearl's actually milking the cow, and then the rich friends show up.
Well,
which turns
she
out
wishes upon a star.
Yes, she does. A shooting star.
That's only for good people, though.
Well.
But her sister-in-law is one of the rich people, so I guess that's her mother-in-law. They bring over a pig. You see Pearl's mom over there turning down the pig, the roasted pig, saying, "We don't take charity." The sister-in-law, who's a blonde, and if you recall from X, Pearl hates blondes, comes over there and talks to her privately in the barn.
That's why she hates blondes.
Well, she doesn't hate blondes yet. She's okay with Mitzi right now.
But
Right,
then when the casting director says, "Oh, we were looking for you're not really our type. We were looking for a blonde."
Yeah.
Yeah. So she tells her, Mitzi, the sister-in-law, tells her about the dance audition at the church. And then she says she has to skedaddle, which I think is a fun word. And then, much like Daniel open mouth kissed that horse once, Pearl runs over there and open mouth kisses Charlie the cow in excitement for the dance.
No, she does
Just
not.
on Charlie's nose.
She boops his nose.
No, I seen tongue.
You're seeing what you want to see, you little freak.
Yeah, I want to see it. Then she goes back to town. She does a jailbreak, sneaks out, goes back to town to that hunky projectionist, and she's gonna get some free movies and some dick. Maybe not dick this time. He goes, I love this. What do you want to see? And she's like, I want to see dance movie. And he goes,
dance movie.
No.
You've already seen dance movie.
Yeah, we're watching a stag film. Good choice, lady. Good job picking that. We see an entire... But it's because he said, yeah, what do you want to watch? And then he immediately says no, and then he picks.
Well, he's like, I want to show you something you've never seen before.
Yeah, a naked woman, which you'd think...
No.
She'd see that every time she takes a
I want to show you this film that's pushing the boundaries.
It did have a whole
cinema.
Butt.
It had a whole butt and bush.
And then had that man butt, and then that man butt, went from one lady to another lady, and on the dirty ground.
Cinema.
I think the
Cinema.
flu is the least of their problems.
What? I don't know. You got a problem with this film.
I got a problem with disease. They need to go back in time and fix it.
What disease? What are you talking about?
Talking about dirty dick disease.
What dirty dick disease are you talking about?
Bouncing from holes on the dirty ground. Plus, my knees are probably gonna hurt. Also,
so you're putting yourself in that actor's shoes, and you're like, oh, I gotta get on the fucking dirt.
Yeah. Also,
I gotta put my thing in there. Oh my god!
I don't think
gross.
I don't think the projectionist looked out there at all when he changed films. There could have been like school kids out there.
Yeah, he did not.
Well, it was
like,
middle of the night. It's closed. There shouldn't be anyone in there.
Nah, man. What else are they gonna do?
Maybe give it a once look over just to be. I mean,
yeah.
Who owns the place? They could be walking. Maybe they're sleeping there too.
Right? Yeah. Where is the owner?
That seems like a sick job. I would like that job. Just building a little projectionist back in the day.
If it paid well, it probably was
just
better
living
back
in a little
the day.
room above the theater.
Oh yeah, you live where you work. That sounds great.
Sounds good to me.
Projectionist rooms are hot, not in a sexual way. Like I feel like they're very warm.
Yeah, so I would have to have all my clothes off at all the time.
Little
God.
Ace Ventura and the Rhino situation.
Big time. But I would have scissors that are sized properly.
Look, it's fine.
How do I not make a penis joke at your expense, Daniel? How?
I would have good starter scissors,
A good starter set of scissors. They're
child safety shears.
They're little.
No. They're not for children. It's not for
It's
children.
at the end. They're rounded.
Oh yeah, so you can cut the
really,
shapes.
Yeah.
It's swiggled, so you can cut the shapes.
I mean, it'll get the job done, but it's nothing.
I mean, they're cutting, but there's a lot of tearing.
Look,
going
starting
on.
out right, you don't want too much.
Eventually, though,
you gotta grow
some.
into it, and that's when
He'd have those tiny scissors you get in the medical kit.
Yeah, that's what you need for that kind of a job.
It's all handle and no tip. I wouldn't worry about it. His seduction of knowing the arts doesn't work yet. Okay,
I'm seduced.
Yeah, well, he's a hunk. We get back home, and then it's the next day, and then we got Daddy in the wheelchair right next to the water with the gator dial.
Gator has a name.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, Theta. I'm telling you right now, it's Theta. But the gator's moving up towards the dock where she's got Daddy literally on the edge. Daddy's actually kind of reacting a bit.
Daddy's a scourge.
Is he, though? He could also be excited about it. Imagine his existence.
No, he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, I assume he's scared.
Daddy
but then
doesn't
I'm
like
like,
water.
If he wants to be there, all he has to do, if he wants to go into the water, all he has to do is just kind of like lean forward like a little bit, just like an inch, and then gravity will do the rest.
he can't.
You tell me he can't lean forward an inch?
He was in the exact same position that he was left in when she took off after One Hot Mama.
This is true. You know, it's like the C Lab 2021 episode. If you don't want the gator to eat me, say something. And he doesn't. Therefore,
He doesn't say anything. So.
Yeah. Why do you hate me, Mama? Because you're a nut job.
Is that the one where the vending machine falls on him?
yes.
And the scorpions
Okay.
stab
And the
him in the
scorpions,
face and lay the
It
eggs.
lays the eggs and little pooch, and then there's babies.
Kick-ass Mama Squish Face.
It's a good show. And then Mama's like, yeah, I think you're about to push him in the water, because we find out later Mama knows that Pearl's a little nut job.
She does know, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't hide from Mama.
Yep, so Pearl doesn't get to push Dad in the water now. Then she finds the eggs, which is great. Then she tries to take that one egg, get back into the barn, and puts it up the top.
Do you feel
The
like
cow-
she was trying to hang out with the gator? She's like,
bit.
oh, where'd you go? Where are you? And then Gator doesn't want to hang out with her because Gator knows she a freak.
Like, he's like, I ain't that cold-blooded. And she is a freak. She stole one of the gator's eggs. Like I said, put it in the barn. The cow seemed uncomfortable with that arrangement, so that's when she goes back up to the egg and then destroys it. Ryan thinks it's a whole metaphor for the baby. I think it's just because her cow was uncomfortable with it. It's like, all right, fine. Stop staring at me, cow.
I think it's also supposed to like represent your hope for the future, and so when she squishes it and it explodes, and then Harold also explodes because this is her like giving up hope that because when she goes to the theater to see the dancing show 2, you get like the really graphic war footage of bombs dropping, soldiers getting their faces burned off, people getting shot, and so she's probably thinking in her head, my idiot husband just went off to war to get himself blown up, and he's left me here. Why am I here? My hope that he's going to rescue me has just is exploding. There's nothing here. And that's why then she goes and tries to get Hunky Hunk number 2.
Yeah, because you find out later that the only reason she got with her husband specifically is because he was with a rich family and it was going to get her off the farm.
Sure.
And that was another thing that caused a snap in her life, was he did have her come over there and stay with him, like with his more affluent family, but then he went to war and said she had to go back to the farm while he's at war.
No.
Couldn't stay. No?
He wanted to live on the farm.
He likes the farm.
He likes the farm, but I guess that's true too. So he wanted to live on the farm, but he also did just basically say like, hey, even while I'm gone though, you have to go back to the farm too.
I think there's a couple things. There's one, you have to go back to the farm from Harold. Also, Mommy is possessive for a reason, but she's also, we'll find out later from her monologue, what I thought was insecure. And if Pearl leaves, then she is truly alone with the guy in the wheelchair.
Kill the guy in the wheelchair and leave.
There's an alligator.
The alligator can solve all these problems. They're just not using it.
A lot of problems. Look, the apple doesn't fall too terribly far from the tree there. Like, a few other things happen differently in Mama's life. I wouldn't be surprised if she could do some things, but she's built of stronger stock, so she doesn't give in to those urges. Uh-oh, though. Mommy found your pamphlet. After we do an egg crush, Mommy found your little pamphlet for your dancing flicka show, and she ain't happy about that. You got to go quarantine out in the cold thing now, because there's a flu here.
Responsible person here.
Yeah, and you know what? Pearl, I don't understand why you're not happy here. What could be better than this? You got room, you got a roof over your head. Like, what more could you want?
She's got a full stomach with food.
If this hadn't been filmed during COVID quarantine, that the Spanish flu would not have been a plot point.
I mean, we've established that we suck at knowing when things actually happen. So what was this, 1918?
Well, Spanish flu happened in World War I, so yeah.
I think they could have ignored it, but then people would be
like, as big a plot point for Mommy?
Yeah, but it was kind of a
the answer
big
is
deal.
No COVID, no Spanish flu plot points.
Because no one probably would have been thinking about it, right?
You'd still get those few people that are like, well, actually, they wouldn't be running around like that because of the Spanish flu. But also, it was a good way to get Dad as a vegetable.
And I think that Pearl wouldn't have worn a mask because she wouldn't want to hide her face.
Oh, for sure.
So she would be an anti-masker.
Possibly.
But she does wear a mask because I guess mommy's drilled it in, right?
Oh, yeah.
So she's an anti-masker.
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay. She came back around.
Yeah, it's just full circle.
She did a full 180.
Full 180.
360.
275.
You have no
check me.
idea what she's capable of.
One of the reasons I like this movie just slightly better than X are the two epic monologues we get. One of them being Mama Ruth.
Yes.
Where she just
verbally
unlays her
claps
burdens.
her. Whew.
Mm-hmm. Like, you think I'm just this bitter for no reason? You think I treat you this way for no reason? I have no idea what you're capable of. I see what you do when you think nobody's looking.
Oof.
I know who you are, Pearl.
Kind of felt like she was talking to me. As I was
no.
wiping my nose on my shirt.
I hear the secrets that you keep, Pearl, when you're talking in your sleep. When you close your eyes and you fall asleep, sleep. Talking about feeding shit to our gator, and it's no mystery.
I think she should have brought up the fact that she wasted a perfectly good goose on a gator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but Mr. Goose was going to stab her. That was self-defense.
That's true. The way he was quacking.
Honking. I think
They
Goose
honk.
I think you did a...
Ducks quack.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you got a little bit more... You got a little bit more out of Mama's monologue there towards Pearl. I mean, it's a kind of a...
I just wrote,
You think you're better than me?
It's, you think you're better than me. You think I don't also just want to slit this guy's throat and unburden all of us.
She puts the knife to Dad's throat. That's a throat, yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah? It's like, push the button. Let's do it.
You want to jump? I want to jump.
The dad can only move his eyes, so he's kind of giving some like serious side eye when Mom's talking about him being a burden.
He's doing great eyeball acting.
Yeah, and he's like, and I'm thinking like, okay, I put myself in his position now. I'm like, why the fuck are you putting the knife to my throat? I'm literally sitting here quietly. Like, leave me out of this. God, the dad. I was laughing so hard at the dad.
Movie is funny.
Dad in that
Oh,
bit.
there are some great comedy moments.
And then the daughter's just like, I don't want to end up like you is all.
Oh,
and then we get
man.
a cat fight. Some
Them's
big
fighting
slappings.
words.
Yeah, slap, and then Pearl is shouting, screaming in her mom's face,
Oh,
which
God,
is
that
dangerous.
scream. Okay, there's not enough in movies. There's not enough just red-faced, eye-bulging screaming at people, okay? So, Mia Goth, thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm not going to say other actors and actresses can't get there, but I feel like they're not given the chance. But her given the chance to go to these like realms of just insanity of this character, she plays them
She has
beautifully.
a 2-year-old's tantrum, only she's going to murder everyone because of it. She has the ability. Now, a 2-year-old will murder you. 2-year-old will murder you if it could. Because it's all id. But it's, oh, God. Oh, and Mommy catches fire so fast.
Yeah. What up with that?
She backs into, the material, it doesn't have the flame retardant like stuff in it.
I don't think you can say that.
I know it's okay in that situation. I know things that are flame retardant.
You just said it again.
Cool. Did
you say she's a charcoal woman?
Yeah, she backs up and
is it because she's so dry?
Oh, no, it's because she's the Wicked Witch.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
All I know though is I started singing "That's One Hot Mama." And then, don't worry, we've got some boiling hot water with some corn here I can dump on you to put out the fire.
Well, it worked. It put the fire out.
It did put the fire out. So,
but it also wasted the food, and they don't have a lot of.
They don't
food.
like. That's why mom was dying now because she like the corn. Also, if they're really that hard off, she's gonna eat the fucking pig.
I mean, they have a lot of animals running around. I don't think it's that
the pig's
bad.
symbolic. You can't eat it. You have to let it out.
Yeah,
there
she can't take charity.
Rot.
Well, I did say the pig was a metaphor for as it was deteriorating, so was Pearl's mental state.
Oh, did you say that? That's nice.
Yeah, the further along the pig is, the further along Pearl is.
Oh.
But yeah, so Mama's all burnt to a crisp and then soggy, so she's like a overcooked hot dog, and then thrown in
She's
some water.
German. Bratwurst.
Oh, sorry, bratwurst.
Oh, that's why you were saying bratwurst. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense now. But now, look, we don't have time to deal with you, Mommy. We're gonna have to drag
you're
her
not
down
German
to the cellar
anymore. You live in America. You're American. It's a hot dog.
Oh yeah, the hot dog.
I don't want a hot dog. I want a bratwurst.
I do.
Well,
want a bratwurst.
too goddamn bad.
Look, she drags Mama down to the basement.
Okay, hands up. Who laughed every time Mama bumped down the stairs and went, yeah, all hands
funny.
raised.
This is the part where the movie starts becoming very fucking funny.
Yeah, because she does that. She drags him down there. She comes back up. She stares at her dad. I'm like, are you giving him like the look saying like you're in charge right now, but also you didn't see shit, and I'm off to go get Dick down. So
I've given
take
my
care of
dad
this,
that
Dad.
look many a time.
Yeah, and then she bails in the rain back to the projectionist where she does get Dick down. Then she does like a walk of shame at like 6 a.m. I said Howard's gonna be pissed, but maybe he's.
Well, it's
into
not
it.
a
Howard's
walk
little
of
freak.
shame. She gets driven back.
She does, but she was trying to get dressed and get out of there. And then he's like, "Oh, well, I'll give you a ride." And it's like, really, you're gonna accept the ride when you got dead bodies at the house? That's awfully bold of you to, bring someone back home to your murder farm.
Well, I mean, she tells him to wait outside while she...
Yeah, and he doesn't. That's during the flu and all that.
No, he does wait outside till she comes and gets him.
No, he walks inside the house without her getting him. He does.
He goes on the porch.
He waits.
No, he waits for a little bit.
He plays with the hat. He waits.
He plays with the hat. She sees him play with the hat through the window. He walks inside.
She
He
says,
walks into
okay,
the
I'm
room.
ready. Come in. And then he comes in.
I don't remember her saying that. I just remember him walking into the house and going over there.
This is another case
with
of
her
Daniel
dad.
watching the movie 3 hours ago.
I watched it like 8 hours ago.
So
He's a gentleman and a scholar.
yeah, how many of you have brought your your side piece
Your
over
side piece?
to meet your invalid father just to be like, hey Dad, here's my new man. We gotta go do it in my bedroom now. Peace.
Right? And the thing is,
Very funny.
Was that
So
Howard
funny.
they drove? That couldn't have
No.
been Howard they
No,
drove
that was
by,
just
so that's
a rando soldier boy.
Okay. I was going to say, he took a while to walk there. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well,
'cause
no,
we
you see
see
him drop off by the car.
Yeah, we
later
see him
on.
dropped off. Yeah, I was just like, that's odd. But yeah, you go bang in your room with your invalid father down there, and I don't know why he's not into it.
What?
The
He's
invalid
hearing
father,
noises. Here's why. He's
Both
smart.
of them.
He's smart, unlike Howard. All these red flags, he's picking up on them.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like, oh, I don't know.
From that thumping sound, I thought that was Howard like walking through the house and he was gonna come into the room.
they could have gone that way with it, but that would have
They
been
could
kinda,
have.
That would have been kind of like cliched. Whereas her saying, "Oh,
We don't need that. This is still all about Pearl. Pearl needs to be the
the
one
dog
doing all of it.
the dog knocked the food over while I was gone, so I put him downstairs in the basement." That's the sound you're hearing.
Oh, what's the dog's name?
What dog?
There is no dog. I forgot I told the dog lie.
Oh,
Literally 10 minutes ago.
where are you going?
He shouldn't have made it in the house, okay? With the rotting pig outside the door, perfectly good pig. We're not going to waste a pig. Then he goes inside and sees the creepy ass, father situation where he doesn't look like he's in a good state. Probably smells like shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming he shit himself when the knife was put at his throat.
Or just because Pearl's left him there like overnight.
Overnight.
Day.
And you know what? Mom didn't do shit to make the house look nicer at all. Like, she just laid down. So, like, entitle the elders is all I'm saying. They could have helped out.
Mommy should have climbed out of that basement, opened the door, cleaned up a mess a little bit, and then climbed back down like a proper burnt witch. I hear you.
Yeah. But look, red flags. Like you said, he sees them. They try to get out of there. Then we go see the cow again. Charlie's so cool. And then she says we used to have more animals. And I'm thinking, is that because you killed all the other ones for no reason or we ate them? I don't know what they were trying to imply there.
She probably killed them all.
Which, I mean, you can get away with a goose, but if you kill a whole cow.
She probably didn't kill a cow. Cows have soulful eyes.
But the projectionist? Yeah. Projectionist? Look at the time!
He's like, what? Look at that. Time
What did you
for,
see?
I didn't
What
see
did you see?
anything. I didn't see anything.
Why are you went cold on me? I can tell people. You went cold on me. So imagine if she had access to like a cell phone and could text.
Oh my god.
Imagine Pearl with that capability. But also, you don't turn your back on crazy.
Don't turn your back on I don't think he does. He does.
He turns
Yeah, but
and walks to the car.
he gets all the way to the car.
Sits in the car, he turns, he looks at the barn, she's not there, so he thinks she's not coming. Looks back forward, looks to the left, she's already there.
She's
she did
teleported,
a-
yeah.
She didn't teleport. She sprinted behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You ain't leaving me here. And she pitches a fit right through his chest with a pitchfork.
That's good because she used a
Yeah.
pitchfork to stab him a couple times.
And yeah, now he's a holy man who's driving away.
She's like, "Oh no, my ride! You're gonna
Yeah.
take me to Europe."
Yeah, it's gone now. Now she's taking care of business. She knows what's up. Let's go ahead and take care of Daddy.
Well, hold on. It's just this little thing, but when she sticks the pitchfork into his mouth, and then she does a foot stomp onto the pitchfork. It's just, I mean, it does nothing, but it's just so great.
It's funny.
It's just funny.
It's good.
It's like she is having a tantrum.
Hey, aren't we all?
Yeah, now it's bath time for Scared Daddy.
Yeah, sorry, Daddy.
Sorry, Daddy.
Sorry, Daddy.
When she took that pillowcase off, I thought, oh, are we gonna like a few good men daddy here? Is that how we're ending him? But I guess that's not what happened. Somehow she suffocated. If you're gonna suffocate someone, why would you take the pillow out of the pillowcase? Why not just use the pillow?
I think she strangled him.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Plus, you don't want to ruin the pillow. You know, everyone's dead back at the farm. We drive the car into the lake. It doesn't go quite deep enough, in my opinion, but I sure do hope her audition goes well. And we get there. She's sitting there with Mitzi, and Mitzi's like, well, if it can't be me, I hope it's you. And Pearl's like, it has to be me.
It has to be me.
Oh, Pearl, I think you didn't mean to say that out loud.
It
Like,
has to be me.
It has to be me. I was like, you're a great friend, Pearl. Am I?
No.
Nope. Pearl moves in front of Mitzi because Mitzi's scared. Pearl goes in there, does her, what I think is a great dance routine, and she gets fully into it.
Yeah, whatever. It sucked.
They all suck for that time.
I didn't know what to expect. I like the commitment for it, though.
Oh, yeah.
She definitely has the commitment with that fake-ass smile and everything.
Oh, when she goes from the dead face to the smile at the start of the performance.
That's another red flag, boyos.
Like a mannequin
Also,
coming to life.
What do you think of those big, like, red glowing crosses on the door when she walked in there? That was so cool.
I thought nothing.
They're cool. They're creepy AF.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't notice those. The weird thing I noticed was when she walks in, the lady who's doing the piano accompanying has the cover closed on the keys, and she has to pull the cover up in order to play the piano.
So you think she's like closing it every time for some reason?
That's my question, Daniel. Is she closing this piano every single time after every? Why? That just seems so inefficient to me.
You gotta protect the ivories, baby. You gotta protect them ivories.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So that's a no from me, dog. That's what happens.
I also write that's a no from me, dog.
Yeah, you sure? Yeah, we got good dancers. We need some busty blondes. So
He says we're just looking for someone with that X factor.
possibly a blonde. And that right there I think is the full snap. I mean, obviously she's already done a murder, but straight up finding out the deck was stacked against her in the first place there, it didn't matter how good she danced. She wasn't blonde.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo, you know?
But hey, her mom made it to her performance. She was so supportive.
Yeah, well, all the judges turned into the dead people, and Howard.
That's true. How awkward was it for the next set of performers who had to try to audition while
Fucking
she's out
listen
there
while she's
loudly
Oh my
crying?
God. So
With snot
so
coming out of her
fucking-
nose.
Snot.
So funny.
Oh, God. I just wrote down, thank you, Mia Goth. Thank you.
Yeah. Mitzi trying to comfort her offers to take her home. I'm like, well, look, that didn't work out too well for the last person who gave her a ride, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, she didn't get a ride. They just walked together.
They just walked home. And then Misty tries to do armchair therapy for her, which
Big regrets.
Yeah, pretend I'm Howard. What would you want to say to me?
I hate you. I hate that you left me on this farm, and I wish you were dead.
Like, it cuts back to Mitzi a couple times, but I wish it would cut back more just to see
God.
her face.
Yes, it's beautiful. Yeah, I only married you because you were my chance to get off the farm.
8-minute monologue.
But I do
It's
love
great.
you.
You're a good person, and that's why I have to hide who I truly am from you, because I'm trying to be careful with your heart.
I don't want to hurt you.
Like, if I was in high school drama class now and I had seen this, I would 100% select this as a monologue.
Is this
Oh,
going to be your
100%.
monologue? Your one act, maybe?
Yeah. It's so
Yeah.
good.
100%.
Mitzi's face when Pearl says, "And I fucked a scarecrow."
Well,
Glorious.
I don't really recall her
Glorious.
saying that, but yeah, to that
Yeah,
point.
we got out of that. Yeah, Howard is her sugar daddy. It's Howard's fault she's upset. She was pregnant. She didn't want the baby. I couldn't tell, because she talked about the suckling and whatnot. I couldn't tell if it was a miscarriage or the baby died after the fact. Like maybe she killed the baby because she didn't want it and Howard was gone anyway.
I think it's a miscarriage.
I got the miscarriage impression.
That's less brutal. First she killed small animals. Killing's easier than you think. Sorry, daddy. Sorry, mama. You know.
Ooh.
It's her farm now. She's so alone, even though she's only been alone for like a day.
She can't handle it. It's hard hard on you.
Once she gets to the end there, she realizes what she said to Mitzi, and Mitzi just kind of gets a,
Look at the time again.
Gotta go. And I'm just like,
time to back away from crazy.
I'm gonna go.
So this little sequence here where Mitzi's leaving is better than when the projectionist is leaving, because we get the whole Mitzi walks outside and she starts walking away. Pearl just casually steps out on the porch and Mitzi already's like, oh, okay. And then Pearl starts walking towards the axe and Mitzi's already like, nope.
Do you think Mitzi was actually the one they picked for the role?
No.
What, did you think they wanted what's-her-face back from...
No, I meant like for the dancing role.
Oh, for that role. Okay, I thought you were talking about the actress. Like maybe they wanted the Britney Snow chick again.
No,
I think they did.
I don't think they did either.
I think they did because, well, he did specifically say a blonde, and Kim pointed out she was the only one there that was actually dressed provocatively for the times. Everyone else was completely covered up to like their necks and had jackets on. She was showing like the slightest bit of cleavage, and she was blonde.
That's true, but there was only one male judge.
But it's a male-ruled world.
in my headcanon, because Pearl wants so it's in her head, it's her head fiction that Mitzi has gotten the part over her, and that gives her the reason or the serial killer excuse to then say, oh, you think you're better than me? Oh, you always get what you want, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitzi only says that she got it after Pearl is like projecting it onto her.
But I could fully believe that she was trying to spare Pearl's feelings because Pearl clearly wanted it more than anyone else. But for the sake of the movie, it doesn't actually matter because she could easily just project it on her, like we're saying. So whether she did or she didn't, I think she did. But because that's just Pearl's luck. She does project onto all blondes after that. But also gentlemen do prefer blondes.
I was not ready to watch Misty get dismembered right in front of me.
Well, who was she yelling to? She's out in the middle of nowhere. She had it coming. Just run.
I know. I mean, you do the classic, oh, I've fallen.
Well, she doesn't know that Ma and Pa are dead, right? So she's probably yelling for help from them.
Oh, I guess that could be true. Yeah, her getting dismembered was great. What I liked was she took a few whacks from the axe as she's running before she gets dropped down. When she does get dropped down, you can see how far back that blood trail is.
Beautiful blood trail, yeah.
Yeah, great long blood trail. Before she dismembers her, she goes back in the basement and turns Mom over and lays in Mom's arms with a little comfort, because now that Mom's dead...
Just a little cuddle.
Yeah, now that Mom's dead, Mom's her biggest fan, all supportive.
This is the only time she speaks German to her mother is to say, I love you.
Yeah, I love you. It's kind of sweet and messed up, but not as sweet as feeding time for Theta. Throwing the severed head
and it just
into the gator's mouth.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay, you're smiling. Ryan's sad. Ryan is so... What? I mean,
it's funny.
Mitzi didn't deserve it.
It's just Misty didn't deserve it, and it's sad because it's at the end where everyone now is dead.
Whatever. She has the name of a cat.
She didn't name herself, okay?
Well, Missy's got to be short for something. Mitstifer.
It's once that Pearl has destroyed everything around her that she realizes, oh wait, no, I really do want mommy's love, and I really do want
it's like when
me.
when I push people away from me, and then I'm like, oh shit.
Or like it's when you do oops all crunch berries, and it turns out you like the other part of the cereal too.
Right, it's just like that.
It's just like that. And then you Texas Chainsaw dinner with your family.
Yeah,
as you
set them back up, and then you wait. Welcome home, Howard.
You wait weeks for Howard to come home.
Can't believe everyone died from the flu while you were gone. That totally happened. Oh no, we just left them at the table. We can't do that lie. Well, don't worry, Howard. Nothing worse than war back home. And all I'm saying, if I'm Howard and I'm sticking it with Pearl, we could still just go move back into the rich side of the family's house.
It's got an extra bedroom now.
No, I think you have to stay here to make sure no one discovers what you've done.
They don't have to discover it. You have a gator.
When Howard comes home, Pearl is not wearing her mom's clothing because that dream is gone. She is now committed to this farm, because she's wearing the blue overalls.
Yeah, it's a farm. Knox life for us.
Yeah, that's right. So it's her madness pleading face of please, 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 Howard, please
don't leave me.
Don't leave me. Help me fix this. I need you, Howard. Howard, I love you, Howard.
Howard,
I need your help,
so
Howard.
Happy you're home.
People like it when you say their name, Howard.
If you thought the 8-minute long, like, beautiful monologue she gave earlier was like just what you show young actors, like, hey, this is how you fucking own a scene. This full credit sequence where she is smiling the biggest smile, it's all teeth. Like, you see her face twitching, her eyes are big. She physically cannot hold the smile perfectly like this the whole time. So like it's like, Arr! And if you just stare into that face while that smile is going on, you will get uncomfortable.
That was the scariest part of the movie.
It is absolutely,
so
like,
the
you
first
see
movie
her
tapped into my fear of getting old and of old people. This one taps into my fear of creepy smiling people. Why are you smiling? I don't trust you. Get away from me.
I don't trust you. Yeah, like, yeah. Big, it's so good. If you're not gonna watch the whole movie, but just go watch that. That's her breaking all over again in front of you. Hell of a movie.
What? War must have been, like, real bad for Howard to make him want to stay in this. Although, doesn't he go back for World War II?
Yes.
He doesn't want to. Oh, he got drafted. Would you get? Is that a thing? Like, even if you served in the first one, you could get drafted for the second one.
We need bodies, buddy.
Bodies. If they wanted to do it, would you watch another Pearl movie while Howard's at World War II?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, after she's full snap, like, what would that be, like a Psycho 2?
But I'm kind of curious, like, why? What? Something's fucked up with him to make him stay. What's up with that?
Yeah, the rest of the women in that town are dogs.
But, like, also, Mitzi said that they had a doctor that could have gotten him out of the war if he wanted.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. He chose to go to the first one.
And I'm thinking he chose to go to the second one just for a little break.
Yeah, like, I need
a vacation.
Yeah, maybe Pearl went with him, though, and became like a field medic lady thing.
Oh my god, if she joined the fucking Inglourious Bastard Squad?
Oh, hell yeah.
So near the end of the credits, I'm hearing what I think is Mommy whispering the name Pearl.
Okay.
I didn't.
You don't listen?
At the end of the credits?
I don't
Amateurs. God, I'm gonna, you've just, whole bunch of gooses coming into the barn. Amateurs, man.
Aw.
Geese don't belong in the barn.
If you like this movie, what would you recommend?
X.
Yep. Okay.
I bet I could. I would recommend watching X before this one, and then watching Maxine after this one.
Yes. Well, Maxine is not out yet at the time of recording.
I'm a little surprised with their choice of going with, like, a kaiju movie as the next one, but we'll see how it works out.
Brilliant
Very
choice.
bold. If you want more Mia Goth, go check out the Suspiria remake, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed. She's also in Infinity Pool, which I have not watched yet, but that's, if you want to be uncomfortable, it's a Brandon Cronenberg movie, and apparently there's some pretty bold things going on in that movie. She was also, I might go back and rewatch this just because I remember watching it being like, okay, it's alright. But some of the actors in it have kind of gone on to bigger and better things since then, so I want to go back and see it again. A Cure for Wellness, which came out in 2016. I remember being kind of meh on it, but I'll go back to it.
I would also recommend watching Ryan try to kill a bug.
Let your geckos do it, buddy.
There is a mosquito, and I'm gonna murder it. You need to watch Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
You're gonna find it scarier than what you think.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
The sequel is considered by a lot of people a straight up horror movie, Return to Oz. I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it.
So is that where they let the prisoners out of Oz and then they get put back in Oz?
Yeah. It's that prison show.
Yeah.
On HBO.
Ernie Hudson. Great show.
Yeah.
I don't think Ernie Hudson's in that.
Ernie Hudson is 100% in Oz. What are you talking
about? In Oz?
What are you talking about? Don't worry about it.
The HBO series Oz? Yeah.
He is?
Are you joking?
Yeah, Daniel, you're thinking of The Wiz.
I was thinking of The Wiz.
Oh,
yeah, how embarrassing.
Goodness. Daniel.
Also, any last thoughts?
Yeah, Daniel, you also need to watch American Psycho and May.
Good choices.
I've seen American Psycho.
Good choice. Maybe Hard Candy.
I've seen Hard Candy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have. You spent your 8 cents on it.
Don't lie to mommy.
Next time on Horrorble Opinions Podcast, we've got blood, guts, oil, TNA, weird Hispanic animatronic. We got Nick Cage and his best role of 2021. That's right. I'm talking about Willy's Wonderland. Coming at you hot September 15th. Be there, be somewhere else, but it doesn't matter. You can listen to us anywhere, and you can tell your friends to listen to us. You can like and subscribe. You can make other accounts and like and subscribe on those accounts too. It's okay. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. It'll be fine. Just go do it. Watch the movie. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Is it time to kill a goose?
It's 5 minutes past time killing a goose. So, as always, I'm going to tell you folks out there to just keep on smiling. I've been your Mr. Scarecrow was a real one, horrible host, Kenny.
I've been your handsome projectionist, Daniel.
I've just been that cow. Moo.
Bitch, he's a cow.
Ooh, Doja Cat.
Ooh. Bye. Don't leave me.